right, man. Let's talk about the Detroit Lions offensive line. They rated number one. Let's see who rates them number one. Appreciate everybody for rocking with the kit. Hit the link tree. Find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Everything's inside the link tree that I got going on. Um, yeah, man, we headed towards training camp pretty soon, man. So I'm fiending for some of that football. Got any more of that football in my Pookie from New Jack City voice? We need it, man. I've been watching reruns of old games on NFL Network, bro. Like NBA fucking sucks. Like, NFL ain't what it used to be neither, but the NBA sucks. And I really ain't into the Olympics other than seeing my baby Shakira Richardson out there running. So other than seeing the track and field stars, I really don't care about the Olympics, to be honest. Um, and I think boxing is not in anymore. So basketball, it'd be fun seeing Team Canada, Team USA, but but other than that, I don't really care for it. But 2024 offensive line rankings line takes top spot, led by Penei, Sewell, and Frank. Who what the brag now? If you've been a long time subscriber, you know what that's about. If you don't, you just don't know. You better ask somebody. um, so Detroit Lions are number one. When healthy, Lions offensive line argued best unit in the NFL last season. Right tackle Penei Sewell was the highest rated offensive lineman, and Frank Ragnow earned the top spot amongst centers. And he played a lot of the season injured last year, so rumors about him retiring. So glad it didn't happen. All to do is be at home with your wife and kids. You be running ready to go back to work. He said, although the unit lost guard right Jonah Jackson, wish him the best in free agency. The Lions signed veteran guard Kevin Zeither, who ranked 15th in Pro Football Focus amongst guards in 2023. And you got to remember there's two guards out there, left guard and the right guard. So yeah, I mean, it's a strong unit. Glass guy, we love to have him back. Versatility, left guard, right guard. Center, Sewell, right, left tackle. He play all the positions. Decker, he's steady. He's steady. And we better with him, but I think they, eventually they got to replace him. And really, Sam Laporta is an extension of the offensive line as well, too, as a tight end. So he's a really good blocking tight end. Probably, just as good as he is receiving. But yeah, man. I mean, this is a good look for the Lions, man. But at the end of the day, really, you bring back 4 or 5 starters. And now you just gotta implement Seaford in there into the offensive line. So at the end of the day, he been around the block, so it's just about camaraderie, and that's what makes great offensive lines. You could put 5 great players together, and they still be a shitty offensive line because it's camaraderie. That's why they eat together. That's why they stick together in the locker room. It's really one of those units where they all 5 plus tight end 6 have to be connected. There's a connection there. They have to move the same. They got to block the same. They got to, communicate. The center usually do the line audibles and audible calls and all that. So, to be honest, man, it take a lot to build that camaraderie. So when you add a new piece, that's not as bad, especially a guy that been around the league so long. So, but but yeah, that's what it boiled down to. But also it's the depth you got behind those guys too. But there's some other great offensive lines out there as well too. We're gonna get to them. Philadelphia, another really good offensive line. Kelsey retires though, but Indianapolis, they in there. I'm not pretty sure with them. Cleveland offensive line, the New York Jets. The Jets being 5 is crazy, but let's read it. It says after Performance one of the worst units. Like I said, it's crazy. 2023, the Jets offensive line mightily improved this offseason. Veteran Tyron Smith, Tyron Smith old as shit. Morgan Moses, they finished against the top 10 offensive tackles in 2023, could form one of the best duos in 2024. Well, Tyron Smith old as hell. They also get back one of the best young guards, Elijah Vera Tucker. I remember him out of USC, who missed most of the season due to injury. So, I mean, they got, the thing about it is, I always say this when you go out there, you know what I'm saying? You go out there and you get a bunch of veterans. It's hard to get them to be on one accord. I say that again. It's hard to get them to be on one accord because they stuck in their way. So once I just told y'all, when you add so many pieces to the offensive line, they gotta learn to gel. They gotta learn to gel together. You know what I'm saying? They gotta learn to gel together. So just because they put 2 top 10 guys there and they get Elijah Vera Tucker back, it don't mean it's gonna be a great offensive line because they literally have to, they have to gel together. And believe it or not, sometimes it's harder for veterans to gel together than young guys because younger guys, you can mold them. When you put a bunch of veterans together, it's hard to mold because I think Morgan Moses might have been in Washington. And obviously Tyron Smith, he was in Dallas. So sometimes it's harder to get them to conform. It's harder to mold them. Believe it or not, sometimes it's harder to mold them. Yep, sometimes it's harder to mold them. Real spill. Sometimes it's harder to mold them because they stuck in their ways. It's like trying to teach your grandmother how to, play Xbox. Like she ain't getting how to play that shit, son. But it is what it is. So, that projection, all these projections, you never know who gonna fall off, who gonna be good, who not gonna be good. Okay, Atlanta, Kansas City, Buffalo. They better get offensive line losing Stephen Diggs. Pittsburgh Steelers and Dallas Cowboys. So yeah, I mean, Lions reign supreme, and hopefully we get to reap the benefits of this ranking and be the best offensive line because Lord knows we need to be. But hey, let me know what you girls and guys think. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Hit the link tree. Find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcast, Spotify, the whole nine. Appreciate the love and support. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Peace.